Hey, it's Lisa McQuaid. I'm here to try and help you set up some intelligence agents which might make your life just a little bit easier. I'm in my course. I'm going to go over here to course management, scroll down, go to course admin, and then under communication, you'll find here intelligent agents. You can see I have a whole list of them going on here. Okay. And you'll see in the course that you've copied, you probably have some intelligent agents, and some of them might have been duplicated. So I think I tried to remove some, but I mean, you'll see if it's active or not active because this is enabled, disabled. It would tell you here that it was disabled, and you could go in and adjust them. So you can see here that I've got things set up. This here sets up when it's been run, and then, for instance, 19 people did not participate in this first discussion board, and so I could go in there and I can actually identify them. But here on, and that was early on, okay, so I did an early one. And then when they get to discussion board number 1, here by September 6th, it was run again, and that identified no users, okay? So one that is super easy that you can do is this one here. It's called the weekly login. And it's like the bare minimum that you should have in your course, but some of these are super easy to make. So let's go to the weekly login. I'm going to click into that. If you don't have one, you just would, let's go back. If you want to create one, you'd go new, okay? So if you don't have a weekly login, then you would go new. Okay, so then I'm going to name my agent, and this one is enabled. I can disable it here. And then what you should do is you want to only access the students. You don't want to send this out to everybody. Like Dave and I don't need to have all that. You don't need to run it on us. So you're just going to run it on students. And I'm having that take action every 5 days. So this is login activity. User has not logged in for at least, and you can pick 5, you can pick 7. I pick 5 because they should really every 5 days have been on there. And this one's super easy to do, okay? Then the next thing that you might do, if you'd like to, because you could just identify it and then send out your own emails, or much easier, when they're identified, then you would here take action every time the agent is evaluated and the agent's criteria is satisfied for the user. So I'm going to, it's going to run this program every 5 days, and so every time it identifies somebody, it will send out this email. So I click send the email, and then you have to use these funky little bars that we used to use in math. Okay, so you could actually copy what I've got. And so what this does, and the initiating user is actually, it's going to send it to your student's email. So the initiating user, it's the whole email is going to be sent out to them. And then you can label it with the subject. All right. So the cool thing is that you can also make a private message, and you can do dear and then those funky little brackets, initiating user first name. So you put it just like that. So they think that you're just sending it out just to them. And if you put initiating user, it would put the email. So you just dear user first name, just like that. It's going to say, like, if it's your student's name is Alex, it's going to say dear Alex. And then you write out your email, and you can link here. That's the great thing here. You got a widget here. You can link them to things if you need to. All right, you can add photos, little links, whatever you want. And I've scheduled this for this course. So I've set it up, evaluate every week evaluate starting from weeks 1 on Sunday. I have that as, so Monday, August 24th, okay? And it's gonna go until December 18th. and you can update the schedule if you've got one of my agents in there. And the other thing you want to make sure, you can welcome to keep the message that I have, but you can just make sure you update your last name here, okay? So that's good, and it's already set to be active, and then you would just save and close. I'm going to cancel because it's okay. So then I want to show you how you can do other things. So I have my quizzes all set up. So if they did not submit the quiz, I use this kind of as a reminder. So like for quiz number 1, it's going to go right to the grade source because your McGraw-Hill is going to load into your grade book, right? So again, you're going to pick student. I've got mine. It's an active enabled agent. I've given it a name. And then for this one, you're going to create and attach. All right. So I'm going to go and create one for you guys, but I just want you to see this. I'm going to actually in the end create one for you so you can see all the different things. And same kind of email, give it a little label, and then here I, tell them that use dear initiating user first name, and I send them to the checklist to try and keep them on track. So you see how you can go to this widget and send it to the checklist. So what I do for these is I set it up so when it was due on the 30th, and I have it run every day for 2 days. I did like the 28th, 29th, and the 30th. If it didn't come through, it runs every 2 days, and every day for 2 days prior. And this will remind them, oh, you got that quiz coming due, you got that quiz coming due. And so then they can't kind of give you the excuse that they had no idea, because you've got it sent out to them. And you're able to actually go in and see, you could click on here and you'd actually identify the agent. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to pull this up here so that I'm able to pick up my, okay, let's go to new. I'm going to just pick up my writing in this one. Okay, so I'm just going to make this one sample. Actually, I hope it doesn't stop recording because it tends to do that. Okay, so I'm going to only send it out to faculty, to students. Okay, so I'm just going to send it out to students. And so this one, it's not login activity, it's actually course activity. So actually, it's not course activity. We could do course activity if you wanted to. Sorry, I've got this. Course activity if you wanted to. So if they has not accessed the course in so many days. So this is login activities, it says course activities, so you could also set that up. But the one I wanted to show you was to create and attach. So under create and attach, there's so many different ways that you can play with conditions. So they've submitted a submission of an assignment, received feedback from the assignment, they've gotten a certain score on an associated rubric to an assignment. All right, so there's all sorts of things. There is a way to give awards in our on our D2L, but I haven't played with that. Too many other things. You can also set up where they are finishing up a checklist and they've completed it, and so you could do that. Or if they haven't completed it, you could do that. Have they tapped in on content? Have they visited specific content? You could do grades, grade value on an item. So they on their syllabus, if they've on the syllabus quiz, if they've got a 90 or greater, then you could send them the email. And then you could do, here's a score on the quiz. Okay, so here's score on the quiz here. So this, sorry, grade value on a grade item. So that could be any grade item versus a score on a quiz. So, and then completed a quiz attempt. So there's so many different ways you can do it. And there's also a survey method in here that I haven't used. I tried one once. It's not helping me much with anything. So If you do a score on a quiz, let's say, then you would pick which quiz it is, okay? And then you would, this says, be careful here, because the big thing that people generally see is this, and they just move on and put a score here. Well, that says less than or equal. So you want it to be greater than or equal, okay, or greater than a certain score, or between a certain score. So make sure you set up your criteria here and then put your percent. Okay, so I'm going to just cancel out of that. Okay, so then again, you want to send that email. You're just going to just put that in there, initiating user, and then again, you can just copy this from mine if you want to, put it in one, and then you're ready to go. And then there you go. Now you've got code, and you can write whatever you want and include your name, and you can also do a whole contact information, everything on that if you'd like to. And then you could also schedule. So to schedule, what you would do is you click use schedule, then update the schedule, and then how frequently do you want it done? So maybe it's just going to be every so many days, or you're going to actually set up some scheduled dates. So for instance, remember I said on some assignments and quizzes, I might send it out every day for a couple days before it's due, just as a reminder. And that just kind of helps keep them on track. So I'm going to cancel this. You would save and close it and put your dates in. All right. And then if it's not enabled, you'll see one of these widgets next to it. And you have the ability to go in here and enable or disable the intelligent agent. See, I have quiz 1 not submitted, quiz 1 submitted. And you can do all of them. You can have your log not submitted, log submitted. Because with the log submitted, let me show you this one, because and my email clarifies it, and it has been helpful in the past, because remember, failure to submit one training log can result in failing the course. So this goes out to them, so they can't say, well, I didn't know that I didn't have to turn in the training log. This gives you another backup, so you've got it written in your syllabus, and you send it out in your intelligent agent. It's sent out automated, and then you can just pick it up, and you can find out that it's been sent to that particular student. So it really does help back you up, because you can tell which ones it's been sent to. Okay. So that's my spiel on intelligent agents, and I want to tell you, they are the cat's meow. You're making them anyway, just like checklists. So if you just make the intelligent agents, you're not having to peruse through and analyze everything. You're letting D2L analyze things, and then you can look at the analysis and kind of get a track of which students are maybe in trouble. All right. Now, I'm not going to click on this because I'm recording this, so I don't want to put students' names on there. Alrighty, so hope this is helpful. If you need me, I'm here for you.